Alright, I've got a new modded battle ready to go today. I've had 4 people comment on my videos and on the Reddit thread talking about robots they like to drive and what they'd like their pilots to be. So we've got Scrubwave, Helmet, Padanesk and Wolfen in their respective mechs. Scrubwave didn't really suggest a mech, but he had an idea for a mech with lots of small lasers for close combat. So I created the HBK 4 Punchback, which has a ton of small lasers and not much else, but I've given him an evasive, so he should be able to get into combat. I had Helmet describe a better Shadowhawk because he didn't like that I was bad-mouthing the Shadowhawk with 2 SRM6s and SRM4 and 3 medium lasers, so we've got that here. I had Patanesk also suggest another Shadowhawk, which has an AC10 and 4 SRM4s. This one's going to run really hot, but it's a pretty beefy build, and I like the AC10 on it quite a lot. And then finally, I had Wolfen just suggest today a Locust with 6 small lasers and evasive, which unfortunately doesn't rig properly. I can't really zoom in any closer. Let me deselect him. As you can see, it's only showing 3 medium lasers and a floating AMS pods at the back, but it should work fine, so we'll see what happens. As usual, I've got a customized enemy opposing force that should give us some problems. I've tweaked things a little bit more since last time. I've pulled back the view distance just a tiny bit, just to stop it from revealing the enemy on the first turn. I do like a couple of turns of positioning before we start fighting. I've also changed the heat generated by the PPC very slightly, although come to think of it, that's not going to affect this game because no one's using the PPC. But just tweaking that heat just to try and make it a little bit more usable. This map features a cliff ridge area and then this really cold river in the middle. And what I don't actually want to do is fight over this river because the AI will just sit in it and really punish me. So what I'm going to do is move my mechs over this direction and try and engage them in this rough terrain over here. The reason for that is 2 of our mechs only have small lasers as their armament, and that's pretty bad for a long-range engagement. You want to get pretty close in for that. One thing I want to check for you in a second as well is I did have to sacrifice jump jets on one of these Shadowhawks, but I can't remember which one, so I'll confirm that for you once we get going. But I don't want to sit around for too long, so let's get moving. So we're going to have to make a lot of use of line of sight blocking and also evasive in this game. Both the Hunchback and the Locust do have evasive. The Locust now actually has a little bit of a scary close combat punch. So, I think the AI is moving at the moment. Yeah, the AI is moving right now. Okay, back to us. So,
waiting for orders.
Helmet's Shadowhawk doesn't have jets.
Standing by.
In fact, I've taken the jets off both of them
What can I do for ya?
to justify fitting all the extra SRM stuff on them. And the AC10.
Ready for orders.
We're going to keep
You
the
have
Locust
orders?
quite far on this side.
Moving out.
And the Hunchback is unfortunately just slow.
I'm there.
You can see the range there. It's very close. It probably couldn't even hit the Shadowhawk from where it's going to end up. But I just want to get away from this area because I always have fights in this area. I want to try finding somewhere else, and I think this broken terrain here might work quite well to our advantage. We'll see. Yeah, it's moving again. Oh!
Got a center trace.
Okay, we've got a light mech moving up. We could try and engage it here, but I think that gives the AI a bit too much of an advantage because they can just shoot at us from down here. So, let's just have a think about where we might want to move. As you can see from our enemy does have a heavy mech, and we are the hardest are mediums. I'm not actually liking the terrain over here as much as I thought I would. Maybe if we get onto this slope.
What's the plan?
Let's just reserve. I'll always like to reserve on the first turn and force the enemy to move. That gives me options. We're going to need to deal with this light mech because it's going to give line of sight to the enemy in a second, and we really don't want the enemy taking advantage of line of sight. I don't have a mech with sensor lock, so we can't actually deal with it. That was a fantastic move, because what it's done is it's put itself out of our vision behind this wall here. If we want to move forward and engage it, we're going to reveal ourselves to all the other mechs that are back here. So we can just sit there until next turn, and the next turn pop out and reveal us. And it's probably sprinted this turn as well, which gives it evasion. So I'm just going to reserve. Again, just force the enemy to make moves, keep my evasion ability active on all of my mechs. And we're going to force it to move its heavy mech as well. And then this gives us 2 movement steps for like the Locust can now move, can move and attack and then move back. But I don't really want to do that with the Locust.
Reporting.
What I want to do is circle it around a little bit. So I'm going to sprint it down to here.
Yes, Commander.
That should also get us radar on the other enemies as well and work out where they are, hopefully. Okay, so there we go. They're down in this here. We're a little bit struggling for position at the moment. I'm not really wanting to fight. This mech here has made things difficult for me. I need to deal with it really quickly next turn. So let's
Receiving you.
sort of set up. I want everyone to sprint as well. I'm going to keep moving in this direction just for right now.
Confirmed.
I want to use this tree line to block line of sight as much as possible. But there are LRMs on that team.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Just always assume LRMs. The Hunchback might be what's going to engage this mech here. And yeah, I didn't have portrait pictures for most of the people who suggested mechs, so I just kind of googled their names, picked the most appropriate thing I could find. This isn't actually Patton, it's an actor playing him, which I thought made more sense. Okay, let's see what the AI does. We're going to reserve through the light step. Okay, it's actually moving this turn. Okay, he's come up, it's a Jenner. He is engaging, which is good. It means that he's not going to have evasive. Oh no, but he's an evasive pilot.
Barely hit, Commander.
So, I want the Hunchback to get into close combat with him, but the Hunchback is really, really slow. I'm going to reserve Wolfen for now. Okay, we haven't shot at us yet. So there's no way he's going to get in range. So what he's going to do is sprint, and that's going to get him almost close enough next turn to attack it.
Gotcha.
But it could just run away. But at least he's got evade for this turn. You can see there's a Jaeger mech on their team. And there's a Centurion. I like the Centurion a lot. Even the stock Centurion is good. I know this guy has evade, but I can't afford to just sit back and do nothing. So I'm going to move Helmet Shadowhawk up, and I'm just going to shoot at it with some missiles. A couple of them will hit it. Hopefully they'll knock it unstable, and then we can just start really shooting at it. Now, both of these Shadowhawks are great Shadowhawks. I really like the alpha damage they do. They also run really hot. So I'm going to turn off all the medium lasers for this attack. And it's not so bad in terms of heat now. We've got more chances of individual missiles hitting than we do of the flat one-shot from the lasers. That wasn't too bad. Quite a lot of that hit. Let's get the other Shadowhawk involved as well. He's got a shot from here. Starting to make a lot of use of those orange chevrons that appear. They tell me that I've got a mech at optimum range for all of my weapons. Because this guy isn't got a laser and energy-based loadout, I'm okay to alpha strike with everything a little bit more than I am with the other Shadowhawk. I've noticed that energy weapons run really hot in this game, and it's really quite a negative towards them. That was a fantastic shot. That's hopefully made him unstable. Yeah, he's unsteady now. Okay. So the Locust is going to run over. It's going to sprint over. And next turn, I'm going to make a close combat attack the Jenner and hopefully kill it. And we'll see if these small lasers actually work. The two guys I've got in the open have evasive. Thinking about it, I should have stepped one step backwards to guarantee a move step by that Locust to gain the evasive ability. And we can see the Jaeger mech is doing a number on the Locust. I wasn't expecting it to take quite that much damage.
I'm under heavy fire.
Now we've got the first turn, so I want you to engage.
Commander.
Do we want to engage in melee for an extra 15 damage, or do we just want to reposition to somewhere? Let's just reposition to here. Do we want to go behind him? Normally I would step behind, but he has already taken damage on the front, and we kind of want to focus that this turn. Plus, I kind of maybe want to leave the behind open for this guy. So let's move here. That gives us optimum range, and we should block line of sight to everything. And let's take the shot. Small lasers don't seem to generate a lot of heat in this game, so we're pretty heat neutral with this build. Okay, all the lasers worked, that's cool. That was a nice damage, really good and stabby. Jenner's going to probably try and get away this turn, but hopefully he's close enough that the Hunchback can just finish him off.
Waiting for orders.
Yeah, we've got a close combat attack, so this should kill him.
Rolling. Engaging.
Yeah, didn't even need the lasers.
Target down.
Oh, it didn't even fire them because of that. That's interesting. And you can see the other mech is a Blackjack, which I've modded to have 2 AC5s. Just to give it a little bit more punch. Okay. Now, there's something I need to remember. He didn't get evasive applied because he made a close combat attack. And I'm kind of thinking that evasive should have applied there. Same with the Locust, it hasn't got evasive. Oh, the Locust I can understand. The Locust is evasive, is unsteady. So we kind of want the Shadowhawks to start moving up now.
Good to go.
Although I don't think either of them can get a good shot this turn. Let's just reserve for now and see if the AI gets in a more favorable position or if it's just going to do that. Because what I might do next turn is actually pull the Hunchback back, and that forces the AI to climb the hill to us, and then we can engage it from a favorable position. So let's reserve these two again and just see what the Jaeger mech does. Yeah, that's why evasive is really important.
I'm taking internal damage.
Okay. I don't really want to do too much with these guys, so let's
Waiting on you, Commander.
put them in the forest, brace them.
No sweat.
And that'll also help one of them to cool down.
Receiving you.
He's actually got a shot from here. I should have checked for that. Mind you, he's got an AC10 and he doesn't really have a long-range weapon. So you might as well take the shot at the Centurion because there's nothing else you're going to be doing this turn. You've got Precision Strike as well, which ignores the cover, which is something.
Confirmed. Firing.
And yeah, I modded in the Orion single-shot AC10 rather than the Burt version. Okay. Locust I'm going to reserve. And then we're going to get the Hunchback out of there. He's unsteady now. So what we'll do is we'll move the Hunchback back here and then we'll brace it to clear the unsteady condition. And now this forces the AI to do something. And I'm probably going to brace the Locust as well so it can get evasive back as well.
Reporting. Coordinates confirmed.
I've got brawly mechs, but I don't want to brawl. It's a bit strange. I want to try and force the AI to close the distance. Oh, these guys are just going to brace in that case.
Resting my neck. Confirmed.
Do we wait? I'm going to wait one more turn. I'm going to force... I'm going to wait till the Centurion should peak next turn, and that's when I'm going to engage it. What I might do is move these two quite far back. Or do I want to keep them in the forest? Let's move them back to the back of the forest.
I read you, Commander.
And brace
Moving
them
out.
there. I'm basically trying to lay a bit of an ambush. Even though the AI knows I'm here, it's going to bring these mechs in one at a time by the looks of it, and I'm quite happy to take advantage of that.
Heading out.
I really cannot wait for multiplayer. I really hope it comes out like next week or at least this month. And then scrub wave,
Yes, Commander.
take a step just to make sure that you keep evasive and
Location
brace.
confirmed.
And the Locust, I'm tempted to sprint
Awaiting orders.
all the way over to here so that I've got
Roger.
someone on both
Full
sides.
speed.
And he can maybe come up behind people next turn. Okay, let's see what the Centurion does. Okay, we've got shots on him.
I'm here.
Hunchback has a shot at him. Let's see if we can make him unsteady before I engage the Hunchback.
Position confirmed.
I'm going to take an inspiration with this
Let's hit him
shot
hard.
so that it ignores his guarded status. Right, he's unsteady now. It's a Blackjack. I thought this was a Centurion. He's not unsteady. Okay. Here comes the Centurion. Oh, he's got line of sight. Okay, interesting. This could be really bad for the Locust. I didn't even think he'd be able to see him from there.
Barely hit me.
Okay, we don't have to worry about any more activations for the end
What
until
can I
I've
do
moved
for ya?
everybody. So again, move into the forest and continue to make him unsteady. and this turn I'm going to open up with everything. It's going to be quite hot, but I've got a good shot right now.
Commencing Alpha Strike.
It has to be unsteady now. Still not unsteady.
Reading you.
Oh well, you come up and take your shot, even though it's not going to be as big a shot as I was hoping it was going to be.
All weapons are go.
Quite a lot of misses there. And you can see the bonus of bracing, that 50% damage reduction is just huge.
Yes,
Wolfen,
Commander.
get you out of line of sight, I think, because I want you to sneak in
Move order received.
later on, but it's a bit too scary to engage you right now. That's more like it. Look at that punchback dance. That's more what I've been expecting.
Internal damage.
Okay.
Awaiting orders.
You could move up and engage, but we kind of have to kill the blackjack this turn or you die. I'm going to reserve you. You might get the killing blow.
Holding for an advantage.
We're going to lose the hunchback soon, I think. I need to get it into the fight.
I'm
So
here.
I could go into a close combat attack with it. What that means is I'll do a ton of damage, but I'm not going to get evasive, so the other two mechs are going to do a lot of damage to him. The other option is to pull back behind this rock and brace. That clears the unsteady, and it means he can come back into close combat later. Whereas, let's see what these two can do with their turns.
Confirmed.
I do really like that single shot AC. It's so scary.
Reporting. Critical hit.
Okay, that's big. That means the AI no longer has line of sight up here. So he's probably going to spend his... Oh. Right, he's already gone, hasn't he? Centurion's going to take a shot at the hunchback. I made a mistake there. I should have just moved the hunchback
Serious hit.
and ignored the shot. Oh well.
Good to go.
Now, we're going to have to turn the medium lasers off here. Let's go for a center torso shot, hopefully to kill him.
Special delivery.
Cool. Now this gives me more options, because what this means is I can move the hunchback forward a little bit to get a bit more coverage for next turn, and then I can brace,
Here.
which means he'll pick up evasive and guarded. He's got a line of sight from there. I don't think there's anywhere he can move where he's not gonna, the enemy's not going, he might be okay here.
Order acknowledged.
And then brace. Wait and see what the AI does with the Jaeger mech.
Can't take many more of those.
I mean, that could have been so much worse.
Reporting.
I think we can move the Locust into a really nice position where it's out of line of sight, and it can do have some fun next turn. Like, right here might be pretty cool.
Yes, Commander.
As much as I would like to keep reserving the Locust, I kind of need to get it involved in the fight. If I can get it behind the Centurion, it's going to force them to split up a little bit. However, the AI is doing what I didn't really want it to do, which is it's sitting in the river. Let's move you here, so that next turn you can maybe jump out. Even move you here. I'm really worried that that's even though the game says there's no line of sight there. I'm concerned.
Have no doubt it will be done.
Yeah, as I was worried. Okay, I made a bit of a mistake now because the rest of my mechs are stuck up here and this guy's down here, so I think we just need to
Commander.
engage. So you charge at the Jaeger mech,
10-4.
which gets you evasive. And then you guys need to come forward as well. Now you actually got a shot from here. Although you're running really hot. Oof, such bad options. What about the lasers? 45%. I'll take the shot anyway because the heat's marginal.
Affirmative.
Oh, misses. Not that surprising.
That would be a miss. Ready for orders.
You haven't got a shot, so you sprint down.
Throttle down.
The Jaeger Mech's a heavy robot, but it hasn't got much armor. So hopefully we can just drill through it with these really good Shadowhawks.
I'm gonna need a medic.
Of course the AI is going to shoot at the only target it has that isn't evasive. What was I thinking?
Yes, Commander.
Okay. So he can get behind the Centurion. I'm just going to start engaging with the Locust. I could hold it back, but I want to use it more. Now, I just want to address something before I actually make this attack. A lot of people are complaining about this rear hit table, where you can only hit the rear center torso or the rear left and right torsos, as being like too overpowered. But to be completely honest with you, if I'm in a position where I can shoot someone in the rear, either they've really messed up, like they've fucked up really badly, or I've played in such a way that's gotten me this in a really good position to take advantage, and I should get a bonus for that. I should be rewarded for getting into good positioning, or my opponent should be punished for bad play. And I think that only being able to hit these components from the rear is a really, really good thing for the health of this game, because it means that you're encouraged to make aggressive moves, whereas if I was shooting in the back and I could hit the arms and the legs as well, there's literally no reason to go after the back of a mech. Sure, it's got less armor, but I'm probably going to hit the legs or the arms anyway, and they don't have less armor on them at the rear, so it just makes sense to me that we should be able to do what I'm about to do, and I'm really worried that if they take it out, the game's going to be lessened for it. Surprised at those hit chances. Another turn of that though, and that Centurion's in trouble. Good old dodge. I'm hoping that this Locust is gonna solo this Centurion.
Reading you.
Second close combat attack of the game for the Hunchback.
Confirmed. Ha!
Wow, I almost completely cored him in one go. Okay.
Receiving you.
Let's
Waiting for orders.
get Helmet the Killing Blow, I think.
Right, Commander.
Although he's running really hot. The problem with this, it's a nice build, but it runs so hot. I may need to see if I can squeeze some more heat sinks into it. Maybe knock down the amount of SRM ammo. There's perhaps a bit too much SRM ammo looking at how much he's got left over. Let's turn off the lasers and see how many SRMs I can fire. We'll 1 in 5 the SRM 6s. In fact, let's go for the overheat.
Right, Commander.
Okay.
You can fry an egg in here.
And then precision shot, excuse me, an inspired
Ready for
AC10
orders.
shot should finish this off.
On it. No retreat.
And yeah, just fire everything. You're good for heat. This is a very heat neutral mech. Got it. Very nicely done.
Hostile removed.
Okay, all we got left to deal with is the Centurion, which I'm hoping
Reporting.
that our plucky Locust can deal with. Take the shot.
Confirmed.
Almost. One more turn and he's definitely got it. That was a miss. Oh, that's the first time I've ever seen the AI use multi-shot. I've never ever seen the AI multi-shot before. Unless Wait, I don't think he did multi-shot. I think he fired the AC10 and the LRM at the Hunchback, and it just happened to hit the Locust with a miss. I don't think that was a multi-shot attempt, unfortunately.
I'm here.
I was really excited for a second there, but I don't think that was the
Double
case.
time.
I don't think the
Let's
AI
go.
knows how to multi-shot yet. If the Locust doesn't kill it, the Hunchback's going to next turn.
Standing by.
I think I'm leaning more towards this AC10 SRM4 build. That's partially my bias because I really like ballistics.
Good to go.
Like, what's a mech like the Locust supposed to do? What's its role if it can't backstab mechs by outmaneuvering them and getting behind them? This is what I don't understand. What do people expect light mechs to be able to do? Because they've got three basic things they can do at the moment. Run fast, use sensor lock, and backstab people in the back. Like, that is what a Jenner is made for. And, you know, what are they supposed to do without that capability? Please don't get rid of this targeting zone.
Got it.
Right. Hopefully this is the end of the game this turn.
Getting pretty hot in here, Commander.
I gave Wolfen's pilot really high piloting and tactics because I thought you needed to be a really good pilot to be in a Locust, but I didn't give him the highest gunnery, which is why he's only got 75% chance to hits here.
Locking on target.
Yes, he did it. Backstab for the win. Cool. Well, that was interesting. Possibly not the hardest op 4. I thought maybe it'd be a little bit harder, but then again, I did kind of outplay the AI in that I forced them to come at me one at a time and just alpha strike them down as they appeared. Which is another reason I'm not too keen on this map, because it's a little bit too hilly. There's no flat areas for a more open engagement, which is one of the reasons I haven't really shown it off yet. What I'd like to do is I'd like to do another one of these, so if anyone has any mechs they'd like to suggest, please go ahead. If you want to be a pilot, please go ahead and tell me. I've got the capability to turn mechs around pretty quickly. What I'm also going to do is, once I've got a decent way of distributing this, all the changes I've made in the mod and stuff, I will make a zip file available so you can just extract it into your Battletech folder and have all these mods available. The only problem with it is it's a little bit destructive in that it will overwrite the original game file, so you'd have to like go into Steam and verify the game cache to fix everything, to uninstall it, which is not great. I'd like it to be a little bit more hands-off, but yeah. Let me know if you enjoyed it, let me know what's going on, and thank you very much for watching. Ciao.